join.
Hopefully. And of course, I'm all listening for the echo to start, just to be sure we're actually streaming, because I just don't trust software.
Who does?
Echo to start. And there we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Irongeek cast number 20, Covfefe, or Covfefe, or whatever this is. I woke up to seeing this meme posted all over the place. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And we'll talk about that in just a second. But let's go cover HackerCons I'm going to be at here shortly. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I did not mean to share that. Shit. Let me go back in here. How do I delete that? Delete that one. Boring as I type this in. Let me see if I can get the right link from my friend here. Oh. Share that. Okay, take this, take that, done. Okay, that's better. All right, cons are coming up for me. Just got finished with Hackers on a Farm. That was a good time. Mary Margaret cooked us up a lot of stuff. I think I ate, let's see, I think the first night was chicken and rabbit. Then the next day was duck and lamb. And then after that, we ate, that night we slaughtered a pig and roasted it in a pit. It was very good, and I was involved in a large part of the process of the pig. Mary Margaret shot the thing. I had to help move it around and watched as she basically gutted it out and helped build the pit. And that was an interesting little process. And the pig came out a lot better than I expected it to. But that was last week. Let's see, upcoming at Show Me Con coming up on June 8th and 9th. And overlapping that is Circle City Con, June 9th, 10th, and 11th. Our job, we have to do the video recordings for the first part. Then I have AnyCon in Albany, New York, June 16th through the 18th. And too many cons in June, folks. Let's spread that stuff out. And then again, Heavy On Month has too much too. Then B-Sides Cleveland on June 23rd. Wow. And that's the training. 24th is the actual event. So, how's everybody doing?
I'm hanging in there.
Bulletstorm? All right. Hopefully we get some more people on here. But, B-Sides London is apparently next week also. I will not be there, but hopefully whoever is there has fun with it. See, what all do we have in the show notes? Well, we have Covfefe. What exactly is Covfefe? I'm assuming from the tweet that Trump was trying to make, he was trying to say something like unfair coverage or media coverage, and he somehow massively typoed coverage, or maybe Covfefe means something special. I don't know.
Yeah, that was the first I heard of it.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe it was like coverage combined with Fifi as in feels, as in coverage that's based solely on feels, but that's just conjecture. Someone was throwing up the idea that it means cheese in a maze, which is, I don't know. I'm assuming it was just a typo for coverage. And then later on, Trump afterwards seems to be trolling people by saying, who can figure out the true meaning of Covfefe? Enjoy. And so I think he's trying to make it off like he didn't make a typo. Then again, I have no idea. And this is, of course, his distracting social media for the next day or two. Oh, someone found one. An acronym for Connect Over VPN for Enjoying Faraway Entertainment. That's not too bad.
Somebody in China figured that out?
Hmm. Yeah, I'm just assuming typo, but yeah. All right, back to the show notes. The matriarchy stream was last week. Seemed to come off pretty well. Had to wait a little bit for the ladies to join, and but I know we talked about a lot of stuff. Malware, mobile malware, various books that people were involved with. Why women in tech don't like to talk about women in tech, or at least some of them don't. That kind of thing. So it went pretty well. What are these people doing? Okay. All right. First note I have in here was something like about a Portland man, or actually I have Portland men because I've noticed a few really strange men from Portland recently. I noticed that they are from Portland. Like there's this one guy who is your typical white knight. Well, mangina is the best term I usually come up. People hate that term. A very cucky kind of guy, and I know the alt-right and shit posters online use cuck too much, but I don't know how else to describe this guy. He seems really interested in impressing the fat blue-haired crowd, if you know what I mean. Um, but it's weird. Now this other Portland guy, um, he's come out and he was apparently harassing some Muslim women on a train, and then he got an altercation with some guys on the train, and ended up stabbing and killing two of them, injuring someone else. Have you all heard about this event?
Yeah. It was crazy, man.
But now you have people on both political sides screwing around with this, and because people call him a Trump supporter, but he has like messages on social media that says he wants to kill Trump and Hillary supporters. He was a very big Bernie bro apparently, and I didn't think Bernie bros was a real thing, but apparently he's a big Bernie bro. He has apparently some right nationalist things going on, but he likes the Vietnamese. I mean, if you ever watch some of this guy's rantings, I would have a hard time putting this guy in any particular political camp.
How about this? Whatever happened to Crazy?
Yeah, I know. Well, what happened to Crazy was people want to be able to use this as a political football to say, oh, it's that side. They're bad. They're terrible people.
You know what? And that's the thing. You can't really, in this situation, you can't really flip. You can't really lump everyone into one category. You could just say that this guy's a nut job. What he did was out of control and despicable. That individual, despicable, not, well, Muslim here or this there or whatever else, you know? And I think a lot of people, when events happen, they usually, some people from certain parties, they'll say, well, since he's like that, the whole group of them is like that. Or you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And it's just sometimes it's just, if people would learn to just take a step back and just look at the damn individual and what the individual has done, things would be a lot smoother. But then again, there probably would be no news.
Yeah, he apparently got kicked out of one of these free speech rallies or something because of shit he was saying.
Yeah, he should have been.
No one wanted to associate with him. The liberals didn't want to associate with him.
No.
Alt-right didn't want to associate with him. The people there, just Trump supporters or just freedom of speech advocates, didn't want to associate with him.
No, because he wasn't talking about anything with substance. It was just all about violence for no reason. So, yeah, he needs to be kicked out. He needs other things too, but, I'm not going to go the Kathy Griffin route.
Oh yeah, that's another bit of controversy that came up. I'm not that crazy upset about it.
Me neither.
People are saying you need to have the Secret Service investigate this. It's not a credible threat. It's just more Hollywood posturing. But at the same time, it was tacky.
It was. She was dead wrong for doing it, and I thought I read somewhere that she was that she apologized in the evening, Ryan. I thought I read somewhere that she apologized, but like you said, she was dead wrong. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't like Trump, but I would never be like, oh well, I'm a make it seem like he's been beheaded or killed or anything like that. I don't hate nobody like that.
It is rightly brought up that there was some people who did some hangings of Obama in effigy when he was elected.
Yeah, and that was dead wrong too. Like,
Yes.
They're both wrong, you know.
So
And
in that case, it wasn't a celebrity who did it. Not that we can. Kathy Griffin is kind of a D-lister, as she herself puts out.
yeah, but it's still, regardless, it still was wrong. I don't care. I don't care if he was just Donald Trump, the mayor. Like, you don't, when you're crossing the line when you're talking about somebody's life. You know, and somebody could have took that out of context and really made that happen. Got to be careful with the message you put out there, especially when you're on a platform such as her. Even though she is a D-list, she pretty much has D-list followers. So
She probably still has more followers than the average computer security rock star.
Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know, man. You're pretty popular.
Oh.
Between you, Dave, Renderman. I mean, you guys are pretty popular. Georgia. Y'all pretty popular, man. Miss Malware Unicorn. And speaking of that, I just want to tell you straight up, man, that was a great session last week, man.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I really did, man. I mean, they really touched on some stuff that's like every day. Like that happens all the time. So yeah, I really enjoyed that session. You should do more of those.
If we can find some particular subject to really cover, most of these casts are pretty improvised. We don't necessarily have a good subject.
Right. So what are we? And that's a segue for right now. What is tonight's topic?
No, we don't have one single topic. We have a few things in the show notes. The first thing we're going to do is talk about Portland Men a little bit.
Okay.
Then we have an article on hacking back. And then someone has base 64 for password hashing. What is your password after you base 64 encoded? Watermelon babies. I'm not sure what that's about.
You should, Adrian. That was from your tweet about screwing a watermelon.
I did not have sexual relations with watermelon. Well, I think it was Taz who was talking about sex of vegetables or something, and I brought that up. We apparently do not discuss
Charles
Shire in a rig and Waterworld.
What? You can't discuss it. You said.
Apparently, that's what. So whoever put that in the notes, I'm assuming George. Kathy Griffin. See how many followers she has. 2.05 million.
You know, if you had the same platform ability that she has, you know, getting primetime TV spots and whatnot, you would probably have, you know, the millions and millions of followers as well.
Adrian has 25.3K followers. Okay.
Well, she had probably a low amount of followers at one point. On that topic of her doing that, whatever that bloody mask thing of Trump, she's just another D-lister jumping on the I hate Trump bandwagon, in my opinion. You know, it would be different if she did that prior to him becoming presidency too, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because those pictures of like Trump with his arm around her and someone else, and all these Hollywood people, they may have seen Trump as being clownish, which is pretty much what I still do see as, but the amount of hate wasn't there, you know.
But you know what's funny though, and this is why Hollywood people live true to their name. They're so fake. I'm sorry if. Okay, right now, if Adrian, you're cool as hell. We talk, we laugh, everything else, and say you become president, everybody's like, I hate Adrian, and then I get on and be like, I hate Adrian too. But yeah, I'm in the picture with you at all the Derby cons. That's terrible.
Well,
Come on, man.
I wonder just for the psyche of some of these people who are really famous. I would have to avoid. See, I go back and obsess about shit that people have said to me that pissed me off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you can imagine how, and I only have 25,000 followers now. Imagine being one of these people that has 1 million, and you actually read the responses to you, and you know, imagine being Kathy Griffin and or Trump for that matter, and the shit that comes your way. I have to imagine you just can't read it.
That's true. That's true. It's a different mindset, you know. But I don't know, man. I just think they like honestly, I do think she took it too far. Whether it was meant as a joke or whatever, she just took it too far. It wasn't a good joke. You know, it was a D-list joke. Haha. So, you know, she got the response she wanted. Probably to help go from a D to a C now. So, who knows?
The Snoop Dogg did something similar, didn't he? Or he had some kind of controversy.
Yeah, in his video, and he was wrong for that too. In my personal opinion, everybody. But see, people pick and choose. Like they weren't gonna go after Snoop Dogg as bad as they did with her. So they pick and choose, you know. Like right now, if Jay-Z did something like that, they wouldn't care. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, we like," you know. Depends on who's doing it, man.
I think Beyonce would have a better chance of getting away with it.
Yeah, all she gotta do is just make a song on why she did it, and all the women will follow her. Remember, girl power. You run the world, girls. Yep. Like she is the walking women's anthem.
See, I don't listen to much pop music. I usually have like YouTube streams on and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like I said, I got man, like my music collection's insane. Like, you know, some days I just want to listen to some Ben Church. Some days I'll listen to, like the other night I was listening to Sam Smith. Lay Me Down. That song is classic. Just a few minutes ago I was listening to Jake Owen. Barefoot Blue Jean Night, man. Classic.
I'm afraid I don't know any of those guys.
Huh?
I'm afraid I don't know any of those guys.
Oh, Jake Owen? Oh man, you gotta check out hold on, I'm Google him real quick. Jake Owens, oh here we go. Googling him right now. Jake Owen, Barefoot Blue Jeans, and it's a great country song. It's just one of those, like, it's one of those songs that you listen to, like, it's one of those songs that you can listen to and you just, like, camping out. Like, say you camping out, you got a campfire, you just barefoot, no jeans, just a six-pack, and just talking amongst your friends and just laughing and having a good time. That's what that song reminds me of. It's kind of like, I could picture myself sitting in the mountains, the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee, and doing that. Each song puts you in a place sometimes. Or puts me in a place.
What place would the 8-bit MIDI files from Frogger put you in?
Oh my God! You know what that puts me in? That puts me in nothing but like, okay. Remember, okay, with Ninja Gaiden, and when he's running through the glass, it's like the grass, and it's like like it puts me in that mindset. Like I'm running through something. I'm just constantly running, and then add in the Mega Man stuff for like what is it? I think it's Light Man or whatever. No, matter of fact, it's Quick Man when he shoots out one of the lights and he's just like he's just running in space. So there's a combination of that with me. That's where that puts me. So I'm constantly running, but the space is just going past me, the little lights and everything else, and I'm just running. And that music is just playing in my mind. Or, you know, I could be Simon from Castlevania. And
I
just,
now miss Mega Man. I got it.
And see, I got to see the health boosters from that live and in person. That leg of lamb that you had in Castlevania.
So I mean, music. I think music takes us all it puts us in a different place. You know. Oh, Jack's about to say something. What's up, Jack?
No, I'm just taking a second. I just hopped from headset to headset.
Oh, you did?
And the whole time I heard you, I was mad. I was like, I can't say nothing.
Why?
Why? Because I was on a teleconference.
Oh, damn it, man! What a time to have one.
And it don't stop.
Of course not. You know, You know what? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna use a Peter Griffin term. You know what really grinds my gears? When you're on a teleconference and you're about to get off the teleconference, that one question.
And one person's like, "Oh, I just got one question in 20 parts."
Yes, and it
With
just
12,
prolongs the
with
damn meeting.
6 follow-up questions to the question that was asked.
Yes, like, and you just want to say, "God damn it, was you paying attention?" Like, you want to scream that, but if you scream that, that's HR. Because you hurt somebody's feelings. They, nowadays everything's so sensitive, so,
Yeah, yeah, and I made sure that before I disconnected my work laptop that I was off the VPN because
yeah, you don't want that. So Adrian, are you still naming your guns after women you don't like or whatever?
No, the women I like. I haven't named any after ones I don't like.
I mean, that you like, yeah.
So I think we got the 44 Magnum. That's cyber pathogen. I don't know who. Actually, don't know her real name. Laura gets the 45 because it's a Canadian. It's a 45. It's a pure ordnance.
What does malware unicorn get?
I haven't really thought about that yet.
It's got to be some. It's got to be something that just like it just says, I don't know, man. Just purrs like a kitten. I don't know. Like, yeah. Like, it's got to be an amazing gun.
I was thinking about that double barrel or shotgun.
Ooh, yeah. Every time I see her online, I always think about like the Tomb Raider effect.
Tomb Raider effect?
Yeah, like Laura from Tomb Raider. Like, she looks great and kicks ass.
I don't judge like that.
No, I just think not judging, but that just pops in my mind. Weirdness. I know it's weird on me. Like not, but how can I say this? Not kicks ass physically in our space, kicks ass digitally because she does reverse engineering and malware. I don't know. I have weird thoughts sometimes. I know. You know what? That's why I'm saying it's. I feel like I fit perfectly in this industry because I know I'm not normal. I never was normal, and I've learned to embrace that. I've learned to embrace it, man. We've think about it, man. We are the real. I think IT sec folks, majority, we are the real X-Men. We are the real mutants. Each of us come from a different back. Each of us comes from all walks of life. Where to the general public, we would be recognized as technically social outcasts, but amongst each other, we see this everything is normal. From the person that's a furry to a person who's walking around with a wireless backpack or just something that's just that the world thinks is just a freak show, but
or somebody with a rap sheet that's as long as their body.
That's true too. Yeah, I mean, it's just,
and none of it has to do with hacking.
It's true too. Yeah. I mean that too. We're like, you killed somebody and the blood splattered. Oh my god, that's awesome. Can you do a talk? Can you do a talk about that? Can you do that as a keynote?
I see the pig killer herself is on now.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
So was those chops good?
Everything was good. We had the whole hog.
Yeah, it was not
what I'm talking about.
It became pulled pork at that point because it was very tender.
Oh, I see how it is.
I seem to have.
Save you no swine.
Man,
I didn't get any.
That's the best.
I have leftovers. You just have to come up here and get them.
Look, that's the best eating. When every time I go to my parents, we barbecue a pig every summer in South Carolina.
That's
so
Yeah.
We'll do that again next year. I think that was that worked out pretty well actually.
Yeah, we put that hog on the grill. Woo! on top of that, and plus get some nice hash and rice. Oh, yeah. Oh man.
Wait a minute, you put the entire hog on a grill? No, you dig
No,
a hole in
no,
the ground
pit.
and
I'm
you cover it in
sorry.
coals.
No, a pit. It's a pit.
We did a pit. We did a full-on pit roast. They dug a pit. They went over to the barn. They found stones. They lined the pit. We got like, I don't know, like
5 bags of charcoal.
like 80 pounds of charcoal.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did all that. They did all that work. I shot it in the head that morning.
Yep.
Yeah,
and do you to get the hairs off? Do you just pour the boiling water on it to get all the hairs off?
No, we torched it.
Okay, torch it. Okay.
We I mean, I would have, but I don't have all that equipment, and we just wanted to get shit done because we didn't have so much time to.
Right.
So yeah, I went down to Tractor Supply and I bought the equipment for making a propane torch attachment out of those little Coleman propane cylinders, and so yeah, so we screwed them on, and we just I scrubbed it down, and then I torched all the hair off.
That's what I'm talking about. Yep. Yeah. I'm telling you, if y'all have never tried like barbecue pig, I'm telling you, y'all don't know what y'all missing.
Oh, it's so good.
It is. And you know what's good about it? You can have it every day of the week if you wanted to. Like you put that thing in the cold fridge, take it out, heat it up. Woo!
Oh, it's still good. We stuffed it with potatoes and apples, and I did Hawaiian style. We did pineapple, orange juice. We dumped about a gallon of Nicole. Amazon brought this apple cider like mead she was working on, but it was really it wasn't good enough quality for drinking, but it was perfect for marinade. So we marinated that like overnight, inside a whole hog in the cooler, and then we tossed it in the pit at midnight and let it cook for like 12 hours.
All right, I gotta ask, barbecue sauce, what type?
Oh, did we make the barbecue sauce?
Well, you can make it. We actually didn't make barbecue. I grabbed just some general hickory if anyone wanted it, but we had it was Hawaiian style, so it was kind of marinating in its own juices. So we went from that route.
Yeah, like the guy that does our pig, he makes the barbecue sauce. I mean, whew, that what? I'll put that on the market with Rudy's barbecue sauce. That's the best barbecue sauce I ever tasted in Austin, Texas. Was Rudy's barbecue sauce.
Okay, well, next year you come and you bring the sauce, and then for Sunday when we do the pig, I'm pretty sure we're gonna do it again next year. Then we'll have some better sauces to try.
Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Variety of sauces.
No, I wouldn't come next year because that means I gotta talk to my ex and get the tent from her. And I'm not trying to do that.
Wait, what?
I gotta go talk to an ex and get the tent from her.
I'll just get you what kind of tent do you want? We'll just buy you a tent.
No, I want that tent. That one's my favorite. It was just pops and goes.
It's magical.
I was about to say, does it have a symbolic meaning?
We had people in hammocks this year. They brought literally they strung up hammocks, and we had. I wish I took a picture. He had a hammock strung between two of my trees in the yard, and then he made a ham tent, literally a ham tent for like all of his equipment. We had Adrian, what was it, like probably 200-300 feet of wire stretched for antennas for them.
I didn't see the wiring setup.
Yeah, they had.
Somebody eating something.
I meant like. Was it like a vinegar-based barbecue, or was it more ketchup-based, or whatever? The thicker versus the thinner barbecue is what I was getting at.
Oh, this was kind of the barbecue. It was thick, but it was thicker, but the spiciness of it.
See, I like a thicker sauce if I do it.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it to be. I like a lot of flavor, a lot of smoke. I like the mesquite. But this was because of the way we did this one. We just it was rushed. So.
Barbecue. And I know this may sound weird, but getting back to my weirdness, I even like the smell of the smoke from the barbecue.
Yeah.
I will inhale that. I'm sorry, that stuff is it just smells good.
Well, charcoal smells delicious. It smells much better than house fire.
A lot better.
Doesn't smell so good.
The smell that turns me off is a gas stove. Just something about it. I just can't.
No, we do. we do all. I prefer charcoal, so I have a charcoal grill, and that was kind of like that's like my go-to. Matt wants to get a gas. I go, you can get a secondary grill that's gas, but because he likes that like turn the knob and go, the auto light. And I'm like, that's okay, but if you want to really have it some flavor and have it taste right, it's like you have to go charcoal, and you got to take your time doing it. Dumbass.
I had my doubts about it, but after about 12 hours in that pit, it seemed to be pretty good.
Oh god, it was perfect. It was perfect. And I got sweet potatoes that came out of the bottom of that pit because some of them burned, but then there was like about 40% of them just came out perfect. It was just
Right.
where they were positioned with the pig. So yeah, we had like perfectly cooked sweet potatoes on some, and we had roasted apple. And I think next year I was talking to Nightshade, and I think what we're going to stuff we may do more of a low country style to it, where we're going to stuff it with corn and potatoes, so then all the sides will be inside the pig, and then we'll have to baste it in barbecue, and do some proper sauces. So we'll do probably more of a Southwest, Southern flair to it next year.
Wait, the basic barbecue though, wouldn't you have to skin it?
No, not necessarily. You have to slice into the fat underneath the skin, and then you need to inject it with flavor. I mean, I have syringes and needles. I got 16 gauge needles and shit here. I could have injected it this time. I just didn't have the time to fuck around with it.
Right. Yeah, but that's good living. That's good eating. Oh man, it made me want to call my family in Tennessee. Like, hey, cousin Charles coming down. Speaking of Tennessee, and I was watching an old school commercial today. Dusty Rhodes, Mella Yella.
I dropped it.
When Dusty Rhodes was promoting Mella Yella, that was just classic. He's like, you know what I like to do on my off time, baby? I take it Mella Yella. Woo!
I haven't had one of those in like a long time.
I know. I saw the commercial. I was like, damn, I just want one. I couldn't even find one now if I wanted one.
Oh, they're selling.
Yeah, you can. Just go.
You can get them. You can get them up at Dollar General.
Ah, okay, Dollar General. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I live in Northern Virginia, and most places around here like it's mostly like the Giants and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard. Dollar General, I probably have to travel a bit, but yeah, like Mella Yella or the
No. You just go. All you have to do is just go to the store, and you'll see the shady. You see the shady guy trying to sell you bootleg movies.
I don't live in that area. I can't even find.
I'm just telling you what to look out for. Just look for the shady person that like hangs out by their car trying to sell you bootlegs. Some dude that's begging for change before you even get to the door. Then you know you're at the right spot and you can find Mellow Yellow.
You know what? I might have to go to Woodbridge then.
I'll just ship it. I'll find some shit and I'll just ship it.
I've been to that store. I know exactly what that store is. Last time I've been to that store, it was in Houston.
Oh, man. Was Barry Windham still wrestling when that happened?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of Barry Windham. That's what made me think of that.
Well,
I'm sorry, I'm in my WCW phase right now.
I'm being invaded by cows.
It's not a bad thing.
Look, here they come. There's like a whole bunch of babies. I aren't really sure about this because I'm by the fence line, and there's probably like
what the hell?
There's 5 or 6 calves that aren't sure if they want to keep walking this way.
That'd be cool if one got in the camera like.
I'm hoping. Come on. I know you can. Come on.
Come on up to the camera. I'm coaching them. Come on up. Oh, they're like, nah, I'm eating this grass. You better stop.
They're right there.
Up. Up.
Come on, baby.
Oh my goodness.
Funny.
Well, look forward to it next year, and as far as culinary and cons, that would definitely be up there, along with NOLA Con since it's in New Orleans. And I always love Nashville. Whenever I'm in Nashville for Skydog Con, or besides Nashville, because I go by a hot chicken place every time I'm in there. And then they have some place called Martin's Barbecue, who does the catering for besides Nashville.
That was really good. The B-sides Nashville place that was really good barbecue.
All right, what are the subjects we have in this listing? Not a whole lot because I was lazy. We covered the first few things. Unless anybody has anything else they want to say about Covfefe.
You mean tiny hands? Really? You guys covered tiny hands? Tiny hands is little typo.
Is this another one of those? He had two scoops of ice cream type not really news.
I think he meant to say negative press coverage, and he said negative press Covfefe.
Covfefe.
It's kind of a weird typo.
Oh
then he asked in another tweet, has anybody figured out what Covfefe is yet, or something like that?
I don't know what Covfefe is.
That was him trying to cover his tracks, and then Sean Spicer stepped all over his dick by saying, well, there's only a small group of people that understood what he meant.
No, there was nothing to understand anything. It's a typo. It's a typo. Although now I have to ask people questions later this evening when Matt gets home. Because I'm curious now. But yeah, I'm whatever.
You know what?
2 scoops of ice cream, man, because, there's not like 1,000 other more important pieces of news that we need to know about.
You know what? Next time I get on the conference, I'll say, hey, Covfefe! Covfefe!
My little brown duck needs to get its butt over here. Come here.
Well, think about it this way. For the last, 24 hours, no one's talked about any policy things that are actually important regarding Trump. They've only been talking about the typo.
Yeah, that and the Kathy Griffith beheaded ISIS meme. What the fuck was that shit all about?
I don't care. I mean,
I don't
really?
care either, but that's the whole point. It's like, why is this news?
I don't know. You know what? I have no answer.
No one even knows why it's news.
We're living in. You know what? We're living in times where we're just floating. Yeah. The whole country's just floating. We're all high. We're high off of.
No, because if I was high right now, I really wouldn't give a fuck.
Well, yeah, but okay, you're semi-high.
I can't even be semi-high.
Damn it, man. Okay, 3/4. We're all floating in a bubble, man. We wake up each day. It's to the point the shit's so stupid that we're just numb to it. We're just like, oh, okay, yeah, why is this even news? We're not surprised at what he does. So that's what I said. We're just living. We're just floating. Some people play video games to numb it. Some people code. Some people do some wild shit. Or
some people don't hear it in the first place. I'm kind of glad none of that news is in my circles.
No. Well, Facebook is just the nest haven for a lot of this funny shit. I call it funny shit because it's just so comical. Yeah, people get upset. I love it though. Yeah, if you're sensitive, you can't hang with me because I have no filter. I mean, everybody can get joked on. There's no filter. It's just life. Tough skin wins.
And how come there's a dress filter in the show notes?
I don't know about that. I don't know about rompers, man.
One of my friends had posted that today. He goes, if he traveled back to 2016 in a romper with fidget spinners, no one would have a clue what the fuck was up.
That's true.
because that's just how fast shit's just.
Who just joined?
I don't know. I already told my people this. If I see anybody in a romper, I'm just roasting.
Yeah, it's
on site. No bullshit. No fucking around. Just flat out just roasting.
I'll be in a romper the next time you see me. I swear.
You better not.
I will fucking roast. I don't care.
6'4", huge body romper. Ooh, sexy.
You better not. Ryan, what the hell?
Don't get the whole romper thing.
Me neither.
I think somebody was trolling on that. Like, what's the kind of like Cameron was doing in the early part of the millennium with having people wear pink.
Yeah. Oh man, that was just reckless.
And everybody's like, you gotta get with this. You gotta put on some pink. And I'm like, no.
I come from an era where that wasn't acceptable for young boys. It just wasn't. Well, now everything's acceptable, which is funny.
Nope, because I've gone through my photo album and seen my relatives what they was wearing in the 70s and just roasting them. Well, that was the fashion back then. Nope.
Pink romper. Next time I go to DerbyCon, I'll be wearing a romper.
You know what? I expect that. I don't know why. I expect somebody to have a romper on.
Can't go this year. God.
Yeah, I didn't get a ticket. Not yet, at least. I'll keep trying.
I don't know. I don't know. My ticket's up for grabs, 300.
You lying? You got a ticket?
Yeah, I got a ticket, but I ain't selling it.
Okay, then. There you go. Go ahead.
I volunteer, so I'm just kind of.
Here's the thing. Would it be bad if, like, you just show up and just sit in the lobby?
The lobbycon's perfectly acceptable, but which is basically my same shit as I'm at the Hackers for Charity booth. I really don't leave it unless I need to go run and get them something. So I usually don't do much con anyway. I just kind of help out.
Right.
Which is fine because Adrian tapes everything, so I can just go home and watch it at my leisure where I can actually hear it and pay attention.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness, here they come. No way, Dustin.
You know, I sort of do the same thing. The only time I really drink a lot is usually when I go to DerbyCon.
Uh-huh.
Well, next time when you go, I guess you'll have to start a side party and call it the Romper Room.
Oh, no.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You are
The Romper booth.
feeding the ideas.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm not giving up hope. I'm still hoping somebody just comes up off of a DerbyCon ticket. That would be nice. And I would just show up. Because, especially like this year, since this would be the last year, it's at the Hyatt.
The Hyatt, yeah.
So
where's it going next year after?
Marriott?
Marriott. Yes, at the Marriott.
Yeah, the Marriott has more space, so we have like instead of that one big ballroom, there's two ballrooms that size.
Now, here's a question. Now, with more space, you think is going to be more tickets or nah? Still the same amount.
I kind of like how intimate it is.
I like how
too. I like the intimacy.
The handoff though is like you have like the shit that happened with DEF CON is when it's little you can still kind of meet everybody, but then if it gets too out of hand, then they get problems. Yeah,
and I always say this too. I liked how that's what I say. I love the early 2000s of IT because not everybody was into it. It was computer lovers for computer lovers.
Yeah, and then it was just then you start getting this like scene whores, and it just kind of became like the place to go for all like the cool kids who.
Yep.
I haven't been back to DEF CON in a while for various reasons.
I don't blame you. It's just too many people. I agree. Whoever said that.
That was our new dog Cole.
He agreed. She agreed. He or she agreed. But yeah, it's just too many people, and it's just like I said with DerbyCon, like you get to walk up to like a Dave or Adrian or anyone, and you could just have a conversation, and without being overshadowed by ego and all the extra crap that comes with some of the cons.
Is that different everywhere else?
Some places.
Because I just tend to walk up to people I don't know and start talking anyway.
Me too.
I tend to hang back unless they're like outside, and then I let Matt do the introductions. It's just easier for me. But I'm fine. People want to talk. Like I do a lot of the art stuff. Like even at DEF CON, I was Sharpie Girl, but I'd sit there and like draw people's badges.
I like that name, Sharpie Girl.
Well, that's what it was funny because I was volunteering for Hackers for Charity, and Glenn's like, "You look really familiar, but I can't place you." And then I brought out my Sharpies because they need to do something. He goes, "Oh, Sharpie Girl." I'm like, "Yes."
and that's what it's all about. Like you know, I'm hoping the community gets back to that. Mm-hmm. You know, it seems like now, it's like everywhere I turn now, it's like hacking is a business.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, you have that, and also to get rid of that, we also have to sacrifice the thing where we get sponsorship to sponsor alcoholism.
Yeah, we can't give that up. No.
Yeah, so I mean, you can do it because I don't know how DEF CON gets away with not having sponsors, right? They have vendors, but they don't really have sponsors, right?
No, I don't know. That's a good question if they have actual sponsors or not. Because someone's got to be bankrolling something.
I would think as huge as the event is, and it's in Vegas every year. Yeah.
Yeah, but so huge. They also cost how much is each?
They don't pre-sell tickets. It's all cash at the door. You can't rent space without putting something up front. So there's gotta.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you coming in here, cash?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like the support. That's what I'm saying, and I like supporting the smaller cons. And then when they grow and get out of control, it's just people just move on, I guess. And you just take the friends that you've made at these cons with you. Because I don't even go to Hope. I don't even go to Hope no more. And I used to be an advocate of Hope, but it's just not the same anymore. In New York in July.
Yeah, I've never been there. It always seemed too political from the videos I saw.
Yeah, it is way political.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I stopped going. I don't like politics. I don't even like politics at my job, so I'm definitely not going to deal with it on my outside personal life.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah. You first.
Oh no, I was just saying. I just come to the cons to, like I said, to learn from others, enjoy, and just make new friends and still hang out with the old ones.
And to get drunk.
And yeah, that too.
What used to be the best about the hacker cons is it wasn't, you could have. I remember my first couple is like you could have differing opinions. You would have intelligent conversations.
Uh-huh.
And then a couple years ago, it started with that whole ADA bullshit. My my feels in my safe space, and it's like that's not really what it's about. I don't.
Sorry, I gotta mute. I gotta mute because I'm about to crack up.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about why you hate a person that's running for whatever position. I'm like, if you want to discuss policy, I'm all up for having an educated discussion about policy. But can we not just hate on people for the sake of hating on people, or oh my feels, shut up? Because dude, oh my feels, shut up is not fixing or helping anything. So that I'm like, that doesn't belong here.
I got to call
to be able to discuss things and come to share ideas. So without all this bullshit. So don't bring your bullshit here.
Yeah, I got some people writing. I was saying some stuff. I assume we related to Hacker Jeopardy, and someone said that he was very surprised to see my attitude about inclusion, and oh great, somebody tried to talk me up to him, but this shit is insane or something like that. I'll try to remember the exact freaking tweet. But it was, how do I put it this way? They want everything to be professional at DEF CON. DEF CON is not meant to be professional. If you don't like Hacker Jeopardy, don't show up. You go to a different event. There's events going on.
There was warning.
Yeah, if you don't like the QueerCon, you don't go to QueerCon.
I don't see the evangelicals going to QueerCon and going, "We don't want this here."
Yeah, you don't want to go. You don't want to see girls dance at the Hacker Pimps party. Stay at the Hacker Pimps party. So that's just yeah. Oh, well, we had friends with them. I did one of their little promo logos one year. It was fun, but yeah, it's like that's the thing. Whatever.
Right, like you say, if you don't like something, stay away.
You have options. I mean, it's not like, I mean, there was like 10 parties were going on at once, and if you wanted to go to the hobby and play slots, you could have done that too.
Yeah. Yeah, people, I don't know, man. You know, it's just, we gotta leave the sensitivity shit out. I can't, it's just, you know, if you don't like something, don't go.
Mm-hmm.
But don't spoil it for everybody else.
No, that's exactly what.
Yeah. You know, like, and, you know, like, for example, and this is just, like, I remember I had a coworker, this some years back, like, and I forgot what part of India he was from, and he was a nice guy and everything, but I know when, was it, I think Ramadan? When Ramadan came around, I know that was his way of fasting, and he didn't smell good. So I just wouldn't come around, you know? But we had some people would just say just like crazy stuff, just saying, you know, well, like trying to ban him from stuff like that. He was a nice guy. It's just that when it was that time of the year, if you couldn't handle the stench, then you just didn't come around. I was just one of those guys that just didn't come around. You know? So, what was that?
I'm not sure.
But yeah, I do miss. Go ahead.
Okay. I found the tweet. Somebody tweeted at me. Hacker culture is the path less followed. That's the second tweet. We should embrace others since they are what we've always been. And then, this one person whines because I blocked them and calls me a hypocrite. I never said anything wrong with by hand blocking. So embracing of others that Irongeek ADC blocked us from discussion of inclusion. What a hypocrite. How? I never said anything was wrong with blocking. You whined about Hacker Jeopardy. You can fuck off.
Is this Deborah?
Oh, you know her?
No, I don't know her. No, I just looked at the name.
Yep.
She's a privacy guru. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, another thing, guys said to me, I'm very surprised at your attitude around equality. Blank built up my opinion of you, but this shit is unreal. How? I mean, it's a freaking game that people play. You don't have to be there. There are scantily clad men on stage bringing beers to women also. A woman won it this last year. What you complaining about? You don't have to be there.
Was it Eve one?
No, I put the link in the I put the link in the chat.
This is the kind of tweets you be getting? Oh my god.
That's okay. I had art by
Hold on, I gotta answer my freaking phone. Suspect a spam caller. I'll just say no. Sorry.
Maybe it'll be Windows tech support.
Route that phone call in here. We'll all talk to that person.
No, that's probably Deborah.
So what we'll be able to do? Wait, let me put my brother on or sister in this.
What shell are you using?
I like corn shell.
Corn.
Wait.
Yeah, I use corn shell on my Mac still.
Yeah, they finally had.
Oh God, why?
The LPIC.
Who said God? Why?
Gecko?
Come on, why? You don't like corn shell?
No.
I like corn shell.
Somebody said God, why? Because I said corn shell on the Mac.
I don't know about using it on a Mac, but that's all used on the HBox boxes.
Well, like
Well,
my
I used
Mac.
corn shell about once a decade ago, and it was never again. Unless I want to own a box really easily.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. What it was, because like I said, I used to do Solaris, and then I was in an environment with AIX, IRIX, and all like the Unixes, and they all had corn shell. Yeah, classics.
This is a Unix operating system.
Yes.
I know this.
Yes. Give me the prompt.
And if you get used to corn, you can go to any. You can tolerate bash. So
yeah, I like bash too. It's just that I've been using corn for so long. I just like it.
Yeah, it's a lot harsher of a change to be used to bash and to jump to corn than it is to be used to corn and go to bash.
Exactly. So yeah, it's cool stuff. That's when, like I said again, that's when shit was fun, where I can talk to other people in the community and they would know what the hell I'm talking about. Now it's like you got to kind of pick and choose. Hey, you ever seen this technology? I don't mess with that. What? You never heard of it?
I just try to keep all my scripts POSIX compliant too. Just for portability. You never know. I mean, I started out supporting, a vendor-specific version of a commercial Unix, and then all of a sudden we inherited, 7,000 Linux servers from Red Hat, SUSE, Debian. All of a sudden I gotta do all the same shit on those, and if you're POSIX compliant, no big deal. But otherwise, you go, oh shit, well, I got to change here. Why doesn't this work? God damn it.
I mean, like I said, it was just, if we could have it back to the old way without losing sponsorships to a lot of these cons, it would be great.
Well, the question is how far you can really push it without losing sponsorships. I mean, if we don't push at all, we're going to lose everything because we're not pushing back.
Right.
And some sponsors don't know what things are. Like, let's say I know a certain con where someone wanted to sponsor Hacker Jeopardy. I'm like, oh, you don't want to sponsor Hacker Jeopardy.
Right.
Well, I can think of some companies that could do it without much ramifications.
Like, I mean, you'd have to be like Hacker Jeopardy sponsored by Spencer's Gifts.
Yeah, exactly. Like companies like that would have no problem sponsoring it.
But you know what I mean? Penthouse sponsoring Hacker Jeopardy, but if you want it to go just like.
Yeah, Hacker Jeopardy sponsored by Rompers.
I used to have a friend who was trying to run a business doing Recover My Porn or something like that. It was a hard drive recovery company that specialized in porn. His team was really cool. Had a hot nurse there with like 2 like electrodes about to go to a hard drive. It was cool.
Is this company still around?
Not that.
let me guess, for research purposes.
Yes.
I don't think he actually get into any business. A lot of people love the T-shirt.
Oh man.
Yep, MindGeek kind of killed most of those companies.
What did?
The people who own Pornhub. It's the company is called MindGeek.
Really?
Okay.
Yep.
They collect like analytics about what kind of porn people are looking for in various states and such, right?
They do produce that, yes.
So
I remember once upon a time, apparently, Washington State was the only state where majority of the most popular fetish for women was apparently hentai.
Really?
It was the only state in the entirety of the U.S., which I found, okay, I know where all the weebs go. Maybe they all work at Microsoft?
Maybe.
Microsoft and Valve.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Probably Valve because Microsoft does not know how to market to anyone, any real weeb. They tried, and it failed horribly. They tried making their browser into an anime girl.
So what is the state of California into?
I forget. That was the only thing the hentai one's the only one that stuck in my mind because it was the only state like that.
Pornhub by state. I was look this up.
Oh, I love Wednesdays.
They did a more recent release that was more generalized for their entire user base for their fetishes.
Okay,
divided by state.
California is lesbian.
Oh.
So is most of the nation.
So
well, yeah, that doesn't count. Yeah.
Including my state, Indiana. Now Kentucky is stepmom.
Kentucky, Time out. Kentucky is stepmoms?
Yes. I would assume so.
Oh wow.
Looks like Tennessee and Missouri are cartoon.
What's Virginia?
Let me see. Lesbian.
What's Alabama?
Oh, Alabama. If I'm crap. You know what? I am really bad at my geography right now.
I can help you out with that.
Alabama's the one that's right next to Georgia.
I know it's bad. Come on.
It is. It kind of touches Florida and the Panhandle.
It is also.
Lesbian.
Lesbian, yes.
Okay.
What's
well, hell,
Wyoming?
What's Wyoming?
That's one of the square ones. That one's really hard. all square states look alike to me.
Oh, hey, Colorado then. It's the squariest.
What's North Dakota and South Dakota?
Well, it looks like one is lesbian, one's stepmom, I think.
Oh wow, a lot of stepmoms out there today. Great.
It looks like Georgia
It's
is
so
ebony.
oddly specific.
Georgia's what?
Ebony.
Georgia's ebony.
Well, of course.
There's more black people in Georgia than white people. That's actually true.
That is true. No.
North Carolina.
Is it more black people in Atlanta?
In the urban centers in Atlanta and Savannah.
Yeah.
There's more black people in the major metropolitan populations.
And
I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
I believe it.
I was in Georgia for 6 months and only ran into one ghetto, and that was in Augusta.
Oh no, honey, I lived there for like 7 years. Yeah, trust me. Yeah.
I'm scared of
there
Augusta.
now, and yeah, I concur. Except not where I am. It's all Hispanic here, but
I ain't gonna lie. I'm scared of Augusta and Jacksonville.
What's North Carolina?
Augusta seems nice.
No, it's not.
You heard my sound.
All right.
I was like,
Adrian,
My screen view.
don't you go to no con in Augusta.
Wait, I go to B-Sides Augusta. I may not be going this year. They haven't contacted me, and I think my buddy Pintest went over.
That's okay. It's for your safety.
Oh, I'll go.
I'll go back. I mean, but it was just kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I saw a lot of what the fuckness there at one time.
I doubt
I was like, what the fuck? That kid's 13. What's he doing with a 40 in his mouth?
Maybe I just go to the nicer parts of Augusta. I don't know.
He put the map up. Damn, lesbians winning.
Yep.
My husband is so weird. Yeah. He just sent me a text message warning me that my food's going to be cold by the time he gets home. I sent him out to get me sashimi.
Uh-oh.
Your husband takes a long time to get from place to place.
Oh, no. I sent him out to get me sashimi. It better be cold.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that.
Did that just say teen?
Ooh, that's no good. What state was that?
Hold on. Go back, Adrian. I'm looking at his map. That says teen.
No. Wait, what?
You saw that, right?
Yeah, I did. What was that supposed to be a map of?
This one's supposed to
Oh, shit, man.
One thing is search, one thing is read.
The early internet, where like almost every website had a pop-up which said teens, teens, teens. Oftentimes less than legal. Because there were no standards for ads back then. None.
That is true. But at the time when that was happening, I was a teen. So
but I didn't click on them because they were nuisances.
Looking at that map, looks like a lot of those states probably just got broadband.
I have a porn story. Have you guys from when I worked at Best Buy?
What happened?
Geek Squad?
No. I was in the computer department.
Uh-huh.
And they sent them back to me as a challenge. So I gotta close a couple doors so the kid doesn't hear this.
I'm looking at something that someone tweeted out to me or sent to me in a list. Is sexist, racist, and often transphobic in context. Huh.
Tell it. We are all ears.
So,
I'm getting popcorn. Just wait a minute.
I was down in Savannah, Georgia. I went to Savannah College of Art and Design, and I worked at Best Buy to make some ends meet in the department. So while I'm down there, I worked in the computer department, and I got in a conversation with one of my supervisors one morning.
Right.
I go, we've had some of the weirdest shit come through here, the questions people ask. I'm like, I've got to the point, I think I can handle anything. And he's like, okay. I don't know about that. So a little bit later on today, he comes and pulls me aside, and he goes, I got one for you. All yours. He don't say nothing. Guy walks up, and he's like, sir, tell her what your issue is right now. And he's like, well, you see here, I'm looking for a switch. I'm looking for a switch because I need to be able to turn off my modem in the back of my computer. Oh, okay, sir. And I'm trying to think of various different ways you could do this with a dial-up as far as a switch goes. And he's like, well, I'm like, well, what exactly is your problem? What's exactly happening? Well, you see, when I get on there, I need a switch because I get all these pop-ups, and now standard operating procedure is, okay, you need your computer cleaned, but let's maybe consider looking at antivirus and discuss a few other things. No, I just want a switch. Because you see, what happens is I get all these pop-ups, and it gets in front of my browser, and I can't get to my porn. And I'm like, no, it gets better. No, it gets better. And so I'm like, okay. And it's like, well, have you and again with the antivirus, have you considered with a pop-up blocker to cleaner? No. I need the pop-ups. That's how I get my free porn, but I don't want all the gay porn. So I just need a switch so that when all the gay porn comes up, I can just turn it off because it freezes my computer. Well, this went on for a while because, again, I kept a straight face and I kept trying to convince him, like, I think you need to bring your machine in for a cleaning, and I really highly suggest that you get an antivirus program. No, you don't understand. I just want to switch because my fingers, like, I'm like cutting my fingers up and they're all wet and sticky and I can't pull out the back of the modem, and I just want to switch.
Oh, gosh.
I don't want any damn gay porn. And he was like screaming in the middle of the store. I'm keeping my cool. And Dell watched this whole thing. Finally, he just kind of threw his hands up and he storms out of Best Buy down in Savannah. I just want to switch. I don't want the gay porn. I just want to switch. And he left.
Oh,
man. Dell just looked at me and he's like, oh my God. And I have to go over there now. I just start laughing in the printer.
I would have lost it.
Oh, God, yeah.
I would have lost
it. Kudos on you for keeping a straight face.
Yes. And on top of that, every time he would have came in that store, I'd be like, sticky fingers on I too. Sticky fingers on I too. I can't reach back around there because it's always too slippery and I can't get a hold of it. And I'm like, oh yeah, he was a knuckle grinder. Jeez, had to.
Well, was any other?
You should have just sold him an AV switch for like a fax machine.
I was looking at those, but when he kept saying with the pop-ups, I'm like, okay, because I was trying to. Well, I would have, but the problem is that was about 2005 or so. So they were starting to phase out all the dial-up shit, and we were carrying less and less of it. So anything that had to do with switching at that level, for like the RJ54, whatever the fuck it is, level,
11,
couldn't get it. So it's like you have to go to Radio Shack to find that.
Oh my God!
You should have just told him that you can give him a switch, but you need to install it personally. He needs to bring his computer in.
You know
and
what?
then when you install it, you're cleaning a system.
I have an amendum to the rest of this, and this guy, I'm hoping this guy ended up getting arrested. But he eventually did bring his computer into the Geek Squad. He did bring it into the tech. This is probably pre-Geek Squad. This one it was still just the tech department. He did bring it into tech, and when they were on there, they not only found porn, they found a shit ton of kitty porn. And they
lock him up.
Oh yeah, so then they turned his ass into Metro, but that was like 2-3 months later. So.
Yeah, lock him up. Yeah. You looking at little kids? Yep. Lock him up.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I worked at Geek Squad City, but I never dipped in somebody's system too deeply. Fuck that.
As soon as they turned it on, it was just
reeking of.
It was yeah.
Oh,
you know those people that save shit to their desktops? Yeah.
Oh my God, he had the background. Oh yeah. It's time for
okay, if that blatant,
Yeah.
Yeah, if he has the background, yeah, it's time to go.
I'm always really conflicted in cases like these because I really treasure privacy. Whenever I talk to some of the I've talked to an FBI person beforehand about this all, and the dialogue understandably goes down to what would you still be okay? Would you, as in he was talking to me, still be okay with what you're advocating for if the person was a child pornographer, if he was literally abusing kids? And it's a lot more difficult to really answer those kind of questions when you realize that no, it's not just protecting people from abuses of government. It's not just protecting people's dignity. It's also protecting actual bad people that most people don't have to deal with, but the FBI deals with on a freaking daily basis.
A lot of that shit ends up being case by case. Like seriously, I'm dealing with no. I honestly think no.
Sorry, couldn't hear the last bit you said.
It's like I said, especially dealing with some of the stuff that we're currently dealing with. I'd rather have them turned in and off the street than have any more. Yeah, no.
And he was, you know what? He was a trooper because he was watching porn on dial-up.
Yeah.
Oh my God! A lot of frozen screens. Jesus.
When it slowly scrolls down, it's kind of like a strip tease.
Sticky fingers.
God bless interlacing.
See, even back then, even back in the early 2000s, I think I had like a T3 line at work I could use. Download it to disk and bring it home, whatever.
Yep, the early 2000s. Tech TV.
I got a cable modem around 2003.
Free Kevin.
Yeah, I used to like Tech TV for the short time I had it. Then it became G4. And I don't get the point of watching.
I hated G4.
Oh God, I hated G. Well, that's when they got. But I remember when that shit went down, and I think Darcy left, and a whole bunch of people left at that time, and then Leon got like the big head and became like super obnoxious, and then
I read about that he became like
unreasonable. Yeah. Yeah.
And he was good, but he wasn't the show.
No, and we still talk to Darcy. She's still around.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is he?
And I mean, because we made a lot. That was when we had made a lot of friends on the Lab Mistress forums. That's where Matt and I were hanging out early in when I was in college down in Savannah.
Because I remember when Kevin Mitnick first got released. Well, he was released already, but then he touched the computer for the first time in 2003.
Yeah, Darcy's boyfriend.
Yeah, 12 midnight.
Mm-hmm.
I remember staying up for the episode. I didn't go to sleep. I wanted to see that and witness it. And that's when Steve Woz was on the show and gave him a computer.
Yeah, Woz is also a very nice guy.
I want to meet Woz. That's the only person I haven't met yet.
He's one of those people, you randomly call him, he'll just talk to you. He's actually a really nice guy.
Yeah, hopefully I meet him one day. Yeah, that's a bucket list. If that sounds weird, but yeah.
He prints $2 bills. He has like an actual U.S. Mint certified okay to make and print his own $2 bills printing press in his basement.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. This guy's the engineer's engineer.
What? My name's not on your bucket list? That's a little upsetting.
You know what? I've already met you, and you're awesome. This is why you just heard me say I love Wednesdays. It's a reason why I love Wednesdays, because I know we're all going to be talking on Wednesday.
I like Pugsley's.
What's that?
No one got the joke. I like Pugsley's.
Well, that's Wednesday Adams and Pugsley Adams.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. You know what's crazy? And this is probably weird, but I used to like those little birds on the Partridge Family when it first came on. I used to like those little birds running around the screen.
That's like the best part of that show.
Yes. To make you happy. You see little birds running. Oh, it's gonna be a whole lot of singing. I was like, oh, look at the little birds. Yeah. I don't know why. That just popped in my mind, but yeah.
Actually, you should come over like right now then, because I have a hen with chicks who's she decided to hatch them off herself, and she's wandering around my yard with like 10 little chickens beside her.
I would love to see that.
I should go find her. I got enough battery left. Charging one enough. 13%.
Close.
Maybe.
You need to get you one of those external battery packs. Those are nice.
I have one, but it's not charged.
That always happens. I have one too, but it stays dead all the time.
That one has a wall outlet on it, so I just keep it plugged in to a wall outlet at all times unless I'm using it.
Yup.
That makes sense.
I've got 3. That way I can usually find one of them.
Is it charged though?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Because I usually find it on the last charger I plugged it in on somewhere. I actually know where 2 of them are right now. And one of them's charging, and the other is full.
I put it on the turbo power. If in the next 5 minutes it reaches like 25%. So.
Hey, I got a quick question. Has anybody ever heard of carbon black?
I've heard of it. I don't know I can't remember what the fuck it is.
Yeah, they're trying to use it. I'm googling that. It's an endpoint. Okay, it's an endpoint security next generation antivirus. No, they were talking about it.
I know where I've heard of that. They like emailed me last week or some shit when that
when ransomware hit.
Yeah, when like WannaCry or some shit hit, and I'm like, number one, did you hear they registered a domain name and they fixed it? And number 2, I'm like, I'm literally my entire company, so don't really need an endpoint solution per se.
And you know, I look at, I don't know, it kind of reminds me. I look at certain third-party companies. Once they get it, they're like a virus or whatever. Once they get in under that skin, they're hard to get out.
A lot of shit's like that where it's very proprietary. I know we were, what was it? What was it called? We had a couple other appliances that were like that, where once you got that particular brand of appliance, you kind of had to stay with it.
Mm-hmm. ZenWorks. Oops. Did I say that out loud? ZenWorks. Oh my God. Novell came in there and was like they sold the boss on the product at one time, and man, it was hard to get those guys out. Whew. They got in there. They loved us a long time.
Okay, love you a long time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Boy, did they. Whew.
It's not so bad if shit like, can cross propagate and crap, or now, at least for most networking shit, if it's Cisco will talk to Juniper and will go across, and you can set that crap up. I mean, it's like, granted, it prefers to be within its own home, proprietary base, but it'll still talk outside without too much problem.
Exactly.
But some of those other shit, it's like, no, you have to have this to this.
I'm like, what?
Although honestly, 1FS on Isilon was pretty fucking sweet when we were first testing it. And they were very nice.
Uh-huh.
I now want barbecue. Thanks a lot.
What?
I know. I'm thinking about barbecue too.
Ever since you guys started talking about barbecue, I've been thinking about barbecue. I want to go out and get barbecue, but I'm still on crutches.
They have Dickies barbecue.
Well, I don't know what you're good at, but you could try Eat 24 or take out Taxi. Or, I mean, pay a little more, but you get it.
I don't think we have that around here.
What, Dickies?
No, there's a Dickies downtown, but...
Don't you all have Dickies?
I do.
No.
I don't have a Dickies.
Yeah, but like take out Taxi and stuff, I don't think we got that around here.
I damn sure got a Dickies.
Wait, isn't that what like Grubhub does? Something like Grubhub?
Yeah, Grubhub's like... 16%.
Thinking about barbecue, though.
Does it still hurt? We also did he tell you we did lamb too? You know, we could do instead. We could roast an entire lamb next year.
All right, go ahead and say that again. I think Lupo had his
So we could also roast like a whole lamb. We could do lamb instead.
Somebody having a moment?
Yeah, I just have to settle for mutton.
What makes mutton? I'm having a discussion with somebody. What makes mutton as opposed to lamb?
Lamb is under 1 year. Mutton is anything older than a year.
Is lamb a lot better or something?
Oh, whoa. That's debatable.
It's a preference depending on usual people's preferences.
Lamb tends to be more tender. It also tends to be more stupid, as this one is. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. This is cream pie and this is cream pie and shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie is a dumbass, and I had to fix his head. Don't run, you'll hurt yourself. Dumbass.
You're running from the camera.
You're like almost knocked. Whoop. Okay, and that's Margot, and we're gonna eat her in the fall. So I haven't named the baby.
Oh.
I wasn't expecting you guys back. I'm trying to find the hen in the chair. Oh, there they are. They went back.
She looks delicious.
Can you find your massive cock?
Carl, he's down here somewhere. No.
They do look delicious with a little bit of mint jelly.
That's what we had on Saturday. Whoop, don't scare her. There she is.
I want to get you a couple of fainting goats and just leave them on your farm.
No, I don't want them iconics. They're freaky. Look at her. Look at her. She's a good mommy. But she's had all by herself, and now she's like wandering everywhere.
Wow. Oh, it's gonna be a whole lot of fun.
Oh. Stop.
Doggy don't sound happy.
Oh, okay, there you go. Unstuck yourself. Oh. You're all good cuddle with mom.
Yeah, relaxing.
They're good.
Somebody not happy.
You guys really need to go back out in the field where you're supposed to go. And we have this is the bunnies.
Oh, you got bunnies, little bunnies. Oh.
We had rabbit and chicken on Friday. We had the
Oh wow.
bunnies, and there's little baby bunnies.
Baby bunny.
Hello, it's a baby bunny. Mama bunny. And you are all gross. Why are you all gross?
What is it? Who itself was on?
Oh, I had to rebed her today because she was like, I don't. Easy. I'm gonna take you out and check you out later because I don't like how you're behaving. This is Fufu.
Hey, Fufu.
Oh, poor Fufu.
I used to really like rabbit until I found out what they eat, and don't want none of that.
What do they eat?
Their own feces.
Yeah, it's part of their process.
And you know, it's probably the healthiest thing than what we eat.
Oh,
As
damn,
humans.
Fufu. All right, I'm gonna have to get some bait trail for her. You actually lost Bean yesterday. Wasn't very good.
You know, every time I'm here when Mary's here, all I see is animals.
Yeah, and I know it happens. It's what they do every time.
I love it.
Every time. Yeah. But we gotta go back off. Anyway.
I like that icon.
Come on, let's my logo.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, I found Carl.
Oh, yeah. You gonna show a picture of your massive cock?
You want me to show a picture of my massive cock? I thought you guys want to get back to talking about like
Oh no,
technology.
show your massive cock, then we'll get back to the story.
And every time Mary and Adrian's here at the same time, there's always that joke that pops up.
Every time. Here's Adrian.
Adrian goat. Yep.
And here's Carl.
All right. Let me go to your screen. Yeah. Hopefully that shows it.
Hold up.
Classic.
Bluey cock pick, but it'll work. Thanks, Mary.
Adrian likes cock picks.
Yep. It's a very chill bird.
He's a good person.
It once grounded a hawk that was fucking with its chickens. One of the chickens didn't get killed. Was it?
He got Sylvanus in it. Okay, you two need to go back in the field. Come on.
All right, we're gonna get back to farming for a bit, and we're gonna. I got another subject on here. Apparently, there's some hacking bill in Congress. Hacking back bill, and I haven't actually read the actual bill. It was basically just a news stub that was put in the show notes. I have some serious trepidations about that because offensive capabilities. What are you gonna do? Someone's doing a denial of service attack against you. You can't. If it's distributed denial of service attack, you can't really usually attack everybody who's attacking you. If it's a cyber attack, you don't know the person who's attacking you actually owns the box he's attacking you from. How exactly does attack back work?
I don't know. I think it's going to open up a Pandora's box, and the theory I got is that one day these corporations are going to have their own little slush teams. And somebody's going to pull the trigger, and it's going to be them going at each other. And in the meantime, it's
IRC days.
Oh, what? Blast each other with bots?
Well, like one corporation versus another corporation?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's going to be some hacked PC in one corporation. It's going to be part of a DDoS against another, and that other one's going to use that as a pretext to hack the other corporation, and it's just going to be chaos.
Yeah, it is.
And because trade secrets are just going to go right out the window. And I wouldn't be surprised if companies actively try to create scenarios where they say, "Oh, I thought they were hacking me. Oh, I thought they were trying to shut down part of my business. I didn't know that." I didn't know they weren't.
I mean, it was a part of the cyber kill chain. I mean, they were scanning me, so I scanned them back.
Yeah, they scanned me with Nmap. I scanned them with Metasploit.
Or be like,
you scanned them with freaking Scabby.
Or you have somebody telling the FBI, have somebody telling the FBI agent, "Gee, I didn't know you couldn't do that."
Yeah.
Our program is defensive in nature.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry if people like, oh,
we simply owned our infrastructure until it became our infrastructure.
I just fear a case of the future where we're going to have like internet-connected limbs, internet-connected medical implants, internet-connected cars, and you're going to find some Eastern European 15-year-olds pivoting off of them to hack people for shits and giggles. Because they're not going to have good security. They're going to have known vulnerabilities that are not going to get patched quickly.
If the Black Hat scene got back to doing it for shits and giggles, that would probably be a good thing.
Yeah,
yes, except this time it would be off of things that can actually kill people if they go wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, compare that with somebody that finds a financial motivation to go after things that kill people when they go wrong.
This is
you know,
true.
which one's less damage, you know. I see what you're saying, though. But yeah, that just always struck me funny. I mean, hacking, it used to be, the pissed off angry nerd, releases a virus that deletes your hard drive and laughs, but and until
still...
people, but once people figured out how to monetize that, those activities, that's when everything really changed big time. That's when you got well-backed, organized groups, hacking instead of just your angry nerd in the basement,
And then the other part of it that killed the angry nerd groups who weren't financially motivated were really, really poorly targeted law enforcement or spooks.
Hi.
Because the people who are doing it for fun, they didn't want to hurt anyone, but when they were treated like violent murderers and treated akin to violent murderers by authorities, it's just kind of like, it's not fun anymore. So yeah, it was both financial and other things that kind of killed off 95% of those groups. There's still 5% left. I've seen a few of them still on 4chan.
Yeah. I mean, they'll always be there. I mean, they figured out how to do that shit on their own. I mean, hell, I was one of those angry nerds at one point, so it's, I mean, they're always going to be out there. But some of them are going to continue down that path, and huh?
Do not install lostboy.exe, whatever you do.
Another what?
If you ever on 4chan and see someone provide a link to something called lostboy.exe, do not run install it.
I don't think I'd run.
I don't think that's really a concern here. I mean, that's like tough.
I know.
I don't think I would even install it anyway because I don't trust 4chan.
Yeah, like don't click on links in your email. I mean,
It pretends to be a video game, like a really old style video game, but it's a rat that has someone fuck with your computer. They don't steal anything. They just change a lot of things around to screw with you. In the 4chan way. Changing your background. I believe the worst that's happened for someone that really pissed them off was going ahead and deleting System 32 for them.
Oh.
That's lovely.
Yeah, that's far more often that they trick people into doing that themselves rather than doing it for them. Far more often that they trick people into doing it themselves.
Oh, that reminds me of the thing I saw yesterday. Actually, might have been this morning. But I was so pissed off at the guy for having this opportunity and not taking full advantage of TeamViewer. So one of the Pakistani Windows tech scammers called him and screwed up and had him log into his computer from TeamViewer. He gave the guy his his code password, so that means that you have full control over their shit. And what pissed me off is that this guy did not immediately hit the lock button to lock him out of his own system. And I'm like, dude, the first thing you do if you own someone else's shit. Remove their ability to do anything. And I was so mad watching this because the guy ended up shutting down his TeamViewer session. I'm like, if you had just locked him out, you could have had at least a couple more minutes before he pulled the plug.
I don't know. Didn't somebody do that? Where the scammer called a person and then he was like, "Oh well, you did the exact same thing to him," and was like, "Oh well, here you can have my credentials," and he had admin on the server and wiped the server.
Well, I wish someone would do that more often because this guy didn't lock him out of his TeamViewer, and I'm looking at this going, please lock it. And if he had locked it, he could have gotten a lot more info.
Would compromising one of those systems really make a difference, though? I mean,
feel good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just gonna impress upon them the importance to not screw up like that, and make them better at what they're doing. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
if there was a way you could just upload, run an executable that would literally explode the box, maybe. But yeah.
Going through and editing a document as I sit here. I hate report writing. Oh. Reading through someone's message, they asked what people think of the Wonder Woman only screenings, and seems to be a battle of a bunch of fairly conservative infosec guys and a bunch of people from Portland. Oh, I love Alex. Some woman asks, have women ever shot people in movie theaters? And he's trying to make some kind of point about men being violent, and Alex Hammerstone posts an article basically where one has.
As far as I can tell, it seems mostly like revenge, if any. It seems mostly like revenge or kind of this weird obsession with trying to hold. It's like trying to fight. Let me verify this. There's news articles that go around of some more extreme, SJW types that try to break apart any kind of men's club or any kind of event that's tailored specifically towards men. And so this is like their way of saying, well, if they're going to do that to men, we'll do this to women. As if that's...
I don't think most guys give a damn.
Most guys don't give a damn. It's just these stupid people.
Even the people bring it up to say, you know what, if you did this in reverse, and let's say you had a guys only showing of 300, it probably wouldn't go over well, media-wise. But I don't really care. I like guys only showing of Wonder Woman, so I can just hoot and holler. That'd be kind of cool.
Frankly, they're doing their own thing. It doesn't hurt anyone. Then I don't really care about it. I mean, if the women's only showing, okay, great, more power to them. That's as far as I see it personally.
Man, there's some women on this timeline that are just afraid of freaking everything. I mean, you're more likely to get, as someone pointed out, you're more likely to die in a car accident on the way to the theater than get shot in the theater. Seems kind of silly thing to be worried about, but I just think all the drama of that's kind of funny. Anyway, let's go back to back to attacking back. Y'all have any more thoughts on attacking back?
Oh.
I guess not then.
I need context. What are we talking about?
As in someone's attacking you, and you apparently there's a bill in Congress talking about people being able to attack back. The conversation became corporations attacking each other.
Self-defense.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you offensively self-defend yourself in a cyber sense? I hate using the term cyber. Drink.
I've seen some people, some of the DC Twitter accounts criticizing those lawmakers. They claim those lawmakers are treating this as if this would deter attackers. They're trying to treat it like mutually assured destruction and this mistaken belief that this will stop other people from hacking you if you threaten to hack them back. It
well, good luck.
Creates a very profound ignorance of everything that is internet.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's more. Yeah, no.
Yeah, like in one case, nuclear bombs, everything is destroyed and killed. In the other case, the internet, nothing is normally.
Just pride, and that really doesn't affect people that don't give a flying apple.
What? Who's calling me?
It's me.
Why?
I don't even have your number. I'll call you.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself. Hello? What's up? Hold on just a second. Let me mute myself. I'm on a stream right now.
Where's Cash when you need him? Meanwhile, back at the farm.
I'm having sushi, so I'm not gonna go outside again. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't see how that could be mutually assured anything without some. I'm guessing the lawmakers think that there's some like hacking is like a push button thing.
Well,
Like,
my neighbor was scanning. My neighbor was scanning my port, so I scanned his, and and it just ramps up and gets ugly. And
they don't really seem to understand that whole. People need to have an understanding on how to run like Metasploit or Wireshark or some other shit in order to be able to understand how to do any of that. And it's not just like Joe Schmo is, oh, I've been hacked, I'm just gonna hack you back, ha ha ha, because there's a, yeah.
I smell a business opportunity to create a hackback.com. Sell services. Have you been hacked? Do you want revenge? Buy our services.
Yeah, but then how would you even know that you're hitting the person that you want to if they have an IP spoof?
Well, from a business standpoint, who cares? You're just charging them money,
well, then how much would you charge? Because you definitely have to charge an arm and a leg, and then you definitely have to make it.
Well, no,
you have to make it cheap. You have to make it cheap enough to where they won't hire their own team of quote unquote experts.
Well, I mean, you just sell them tools they can run from their stuff, use their bandwidth, put themselves at any legal risk,
Sure. Let me remote in, and then meanwhile the adversary corporation has hired you as well. So you just.
Oh, yeah, then you get paid from both ends. Then you can drag it out. Then you could have multiple levels of attack support. And you could milk that for a long time.
I try to get in, but man, their network is so wired tight.
Well, our entry-level package will get you past their layer 12 firewall, but then if you upgrade to the silver package, we can get you into level 11, maybe even 10, and then if you buy our premium pack,
Oh my god. No. Just no. No.
And then
you might have to watch a bunch of cheesy, hacking movies or something to see what what terms your customer might relate to.
Hacker Man. Are you hacking time? I am hacking time. You guys haven't seen this film yet? Shame on you. Oh, the Kong Fury, like the best movie ever.
Yes, we've seen. Of course, seen Kong Fury. I'm waiting for the sequel.
Oh my god, Kong Fury.
Me.
Yeah, he went after the Kong. He had Fury.
Who beat up Hitler?
I can play the...
Hello? Can anyone hear me?
I'm here. Yeah.
We do now.
You're breaking up.
Okay.
Is everyone breaking up?
Not everybody.
Okay.
I just rejoined. Hopefully it doesn't die.
Okay.
Y'all still there?
Yeah.
I had a Chrome mishap on my end.
Oh, so you broke the stream.
Yeah. Hopefully Mr. Gecko shuts down his browser and opens it back up. That should get rid of the mechanical sound. Yeah, I only got one other thing on my list of things to talk about, and that's watermelon. What the hell's that?
Mr. Gecko, close your browser and reopen it.
Damn it. Sorry about that.
That sounds better.
Yeah, much better. Still mechanical?
Nope, you're fine.
Ears not bleeding anymore?
No.
Good. Yeah. The moment's gone, though, so you can go ahead and skip me. I was referring to the Kung Fury thing. Or I guess I could continue?
Yeah, say whatever.
Also,
yeah, go ahead.
You mentioned the kind of words that customers might use when calling in the revenge firm, the hackback firm, and someone mentioned, "Are you ready to hack time?" And I mentioned cyber police and backtrace. Those two words are kind of very popular from an old 4chan meme from a decade ago. Apparently, the really obnoxious YouTuber, I think his name was Boxy. Anyways.
Boxy, you see?
And apparently some people from B were just found her so obnoxious they kind of made a habit of trying to screw with her a lot. It got to the point where there was she apparently live streaming and crying on camera, and their father came around and started yelling at the web camera, saying that he's already contacted the cyber police and that he's backtraced all their IPs and is going to get them.
That wasn't,
That
wasn't Boxy. That was somebody.
No. That was fuck. I forget what his name is or what the fuck ever now.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't Boxy. I thought it was Boxy something or right. So not Boxy.
Was
something around that.
Yeah, but he died.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, her dad died. Let's see, because I remember seeing she was listed, or he was listed as it is now, the girl underneath the post-trolling transgender disorder thing on Encyclopedia Dramatica.
Wait, post-trolling what disorder?
Transsexual syndrome. Trolling-induced transsexuality syndrome.
So trolling made her transsexual?
That's Encyclopedia Dramatica of conjecture, which.
Okay.
An awful lot of conjecture.
Encyclopedia Dramatica is surprisingly good sourcing at times.
Yeah.
Here's the link. I'll put it in the chat.
Shame Patreon banned them. They banned them because they used the word nigger in some of their articles, and that fell under the hate speech thing that SJWs successfully campaigned Patreon to ban people for.
But
really? I mean,
the context. What was context? Because I don't like that word either. But sometimes there's.
It was just.
It's Encyclopedia Dramatica, so it was.
They come up on everybody.
Caucasians and black people.
Okay.
Right, but I mean, they.
It was an insult, but not specifically a racial one in the context they used it in. They used the word faggot for it.
Jesse Slaughter.
Yeah.
Jesse Slaughter was the girl in question.
Who was Boxy then? I don't know why Boxy.
Boxy was the girl. Boxy, aka Beast Queen or whatever, and would make videos just to troll the shit out of them and wouldn't respond. So they would try to get her to respond, and she didn't.
That's probably the best way to do it, because when I was doing a daily vlog, it's actually best just not to ever read comments ever, because then you just get upset.
Well, that's mission accomplished then, for them.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Sometimes it's just better but the thing is, if you get people to have fights in the comments, the video gets more views. But if you don't respond and look at them, then you don't have to deal with the bullcrap.
Well, the people who view it then are more interested in the comments than they are in the video.
But it's so much fun to start a comment war.
It depends
Yeah,
on
thankfully
the
the old
topic.
good old YouTube community is still around.
Now when you have
Community.
you have to go back and think exactly how all threads are put together and what the exact wordings of them are. Comment war is going to be a pain in the ass if you have OCD.
They've changed how the threading works too. That was the other problem is you get on shit with that and then it's all out of order and you can't keep track of it anymore. And after you get like 900 of them, it gets to that point where it's like, okay, I can't do it. I can't.
Well, because I mean, I used to do it all the time on Facebook. Just say something wildly reckless, like whatever, and then just leave and come back a couple hours later, and everybody's thinking they're ripping me to pieces, and they're fighting with each other, and
Yeah, I'd rather not. I still get involved in some drama from time to time, but I try to minimize how much I have to be involved in it. And I basically have a chat of people. I'm like, okay, look at this ridiculous shit that I talk to. So I have in somewhat created my own echo chamber. I will admit, I like to refer to it as an intelligence bubble, though.
I don't disagree with that sometimes. The thing is, it depends on what the commentary was there for. If it's just a straight up, this is my I feel and that's it, or if it's I'm looking for opinion. And the thing I have more of a problem with is when you get into the people that because I'm just graphic, and what almost every single comment thing. One of the reasons I don't like doing comments is because I am just graphic, and if I grammatically fuck up, which is going to happen because that's just I can't English. It always immediately turns into an intelligent discussion, into a haha, you're too stupid to even bother talking to because you put a comma in the wrong spot, or oh, you misspelled this, so therefore you're retarded. And it's like, but the context of what I said, because that always gets thrown out the window, and that's where it ends up just hurting because they'll rather insult your intelligence than actually have a discussion on topic.
I remember getting an argument once with a guy from Portland again about he was defending radical feminism, and he kept telling me I need to talk to more women before making fun of any form. And then I brought up a bunch of women I do talk to fairly regularly who, how did I put it this way? He said something about I avoid associating with people who might call me bullshit. No, I avoid associating with people who are full of bullshit. But I remember Mary got into it with the dude.
I don't remember which one that was, but no, and the thing is, I will bite hard if I feel like I need to. It always degrades into I misspelled something or I typoed something, and that's like the greatest the fucking every time. So
yeah, I like double, triple spell checking things, and there's a lot of words I screw up, and I actually have to do a Google search for them to find out the proper spelling.
I don't know. I just fire and forget because you can't go back and edit, and you can't really delete it. I mean,
and that's usually me too, because my brain I'm the ADD, so I'm firing so fast. I need to get shit, and I don't always have time to make sure that it was I processed it correctly when I typed it.
Yeah, this is the douche nozzle in question.
Oh, where are you?
Oh, and to answer your Twitter post from 2 hours ago about anti-fascists always getting gang raped in prison. Fuck yeah, that happens.
All right, other people tell me it doesn't happen, and that article's complete bullshit. I don't know. I imagine what kind of prison it is too.
Well, for example, places like Well, like the state prison here in Kentucky, Eddyville. It used to go down like that. Not anymore, not as much. And if it does,
they crack down on it.
They break the quote unquote couple apart.
Loving you.
So it does happen. So the basic part of the article was like, and the Antifa people have no place to go because the black gangs don't want them.
Hell no, they don't want them because prisons are all about race. If you're black, you go with black. If you're white, you go with those gangs, and so on and so forth. It's all about strength in numbers. And if you're someone in between, you're just food.
Ooh. So, like, if you're like a real light-skinned black man, you're not in good position.
No, you go with blacks.
Okay. Well, you said somewhere in between. You're not good.
No. I'm just saying, like, if you don't really associate with black people, you can't really associate with white people. You become food for both gangs because it's all about strength in numbers. That's why if you ever notice that somebody who's been to jail, they'll always say, "When you go to jail, stick with your own kind."
So it's like high school?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So,
but then again, high school I floated between both groups, so.
I know I was a floater too because I was never comfortable in anything.
Well, that nobody really fucked with me because, well, I just had a bad reputation about myself.
That's okay. No one messes with Mary either because Mary just shot a pig in the skull and then hoisted it up pretty much by herself and gutted it. Someone tried to troll me like that was going to be an insult this weekend because one of my other friends was like, he was trying to troll on the Trumpers page or something, and I had made the comment, I like, because this is you understand, this is one of those sweet guys who never gets involved in trolling or anything ever. So the question I had to him was, why are you trying to act like an asshole because you're not an asshole? Because he doesn't. This is just completely out of context for his character. And one of his other friends is like, "How dare you? How can you even say he's at anything when you post pictures of dead animals all over your Facebook page?" I'm like, "Okay, and your point?" Because that was a non sequitur. And no, my point was being that Dave doesn't troll, so that's why I don't understand why he's all of a sudden decided he wants to try to troll.
Maybe because he's having fun. Just let him have fun.
Well, he was complaining that no one was taking any bait, and I'm just like, why are you?
Yeah. Well, trolling is an art, and it took me 2 years to get good in order to get people to respond.
Clearly not good enough if you don't say trolling is a art.
Yeah.
You don't remember that meme? Like from a decade ago.
But that's the whole thing is I know trolls who are really good trolls, and this is one of those guys.
He's probably just trying to fit in with some new group. Like me personally, I can't really troll well worth a damn in most cases because it's one of the things where I can enjoy seeing the products of other people trolling, but I just feel really awful in most cases if I try to do it myself.
Yeah.
But if I just have enough emotional distance that whatever I'm looking at when it happens to someone else, I don't really feel much sympathy for them because I have no idea who they are. That's the sweet spot of enjoyability.
Speaking of trolling, Bill's on.
What's going on?
Hey!
Going on is an adverbial phrase.
It's Here's a really cyber studies professor.
How's it going on?
How's it doing? How's it going? And all kinds of other things. I don't know. What's the greeting? What's up, my hat?
Barbecue. There, how? Now you got to think of barbecue.
I just saw the link pop up in my G chat, so I thought I'd click it because I like to click links. So
click.
I got a link you could click.
Did you all get shell?
Corn.
There you go.
If you go to 4chan, click on lostboy.exe. It's a very fun puzzle game. You'll love it.
So, you've been doing some research on trolling.
Me?
Oh, I hear.
Yeah, I'll get published in some journal no one will ever see, I'm sure.
I want to see.
I don't know. It depends which journal.
Well, as long as it doesn't wind up on new peer review.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Or the
Don't
back
publish
of
it with a
Captain
gender...
Crunch.
It will be a peer-reviewed journal article whenever it comes out. I'm working on a couple of
be on
different
gender?
things. Basically, I'm looking at how trolling may be used as propaganda.
Yeah, there is absolutely some of that. Not much, but it will increase over time as it. Yeah. Oh, absolutely, it exists. It's not the largest part of trolling, but it's fuck Comcast. Fuck Comcast so much.
Ooh, that's heavy.
Honestly, I would die to have Comcast right now. Anything would be better than what we have.
What do you have, Spectrum?
What do you have?
I have AT&T DSL.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I have AT&T DSL. You know what our blazing fast speeds are when we actually test it? 1. It's 1.
It's better than 0. Hey, I remember surfing porn on 9600K baud modem.
Have you been listening to the whole conversation?
Wow. Wow, he was that guy.
Oh,
it was him,
wasn't it? Were you sticky fingers? Oh my goodness.
It'd be like, hang on, I think I see a nipple. No, it's an eye.
Oh my god.
Did you ever take your computer into Best Buy?
Hey, you ever take your computer?
Hey, you ever take your computer into Best Buy to get a switch installed on your modem?
Not yet. I'm thinking about maybe this week.
Take some lotion.
I still know people who keep dial-up accounts just in case. I'm like, why? You're paying like $5-6 a month for like an Earthlink account you haven't used in 20 years.
I actually have one, but the reason I'm keeping it is because I got a shell. It came with a shell account, and I've been renewing that since like 2001 or something.
Why are you guys even paying for those? You know, if you call up AOL every month when your shit's up and say I might cancel, they will just give you
a free one.
Well, they won't give me a shell.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the only reason I'm keeping it, because they were one of the old school real ISPs that gave you a shell account, and it's just handy to have a nice place from a real ISP that I've been with for a while to do like a quick external test, or if I need to port map something real quick, or it's just nice to cool to have. It just happens to be a dial-up. I can't remember. I don't even own a modem. Well, I don't know. I probably
I was going to say, who owns a modem nowadays?
We probably have a bunch in the attic.
Well, actually, I'm pretty sure I've got some in the shed, but wouldn't do me any good because I don't have a landline. So.
We actually convinced my neighbor. One of my neighbors kind of annoyed is we have internet DSL through AT&T. We do not have a landline phone. And they're like, but they told us we can't do that. I'm like, oh, you can do that. You just have to bitch enough, and then they'll take the stupid other phone off that you're not using anyway.
Yeah, it can be difficult to get them to agree that can be done. Yeah, I went through that a while and wound up giving up and going with a different provider. That was 10 years ago.
I've been trying to get shell and AOL for years.
Yeah, it was just ironic that you said the porn thing and we were talking about it earlier. That's what did it.
Well, if I have an opening for porn, I always try to get it in there. But that's pretty funny.
Bill, I'll have to tell you that story sometime.
What's that?
My Best Buy porn story.
I'm sure there's tons of them out there.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean, it got on the webcast, so you could just, rewind it a little bit and listen to it.
I like the way you said it got on the cast.
Maybe I should, go ahead and disconnect so I can listen to it.
We don't want to lose.
You don't have to disconnect.
Actually, that's popped on to say hi. I do have to get off of here before my Tinder and review board figure out I'm on this podcast. But anyway, talk to you all later.
Well, your timing was impeccable, so thanks for popping in.
You're welcome.
Adrian, what we got next on the agenda?
Unfortunately, not a whole lot. I just ended it with sticky fingers. Does anybody else have anything to talk about?
Well, the sticky fingers aren't from making the watermelon babies, was it?
One might lead to that.
Okay. There was actually a thread on Twitter that I kind of threw myself into.
Well, let me go look at your recent replies and see what you got into. What is a coal roller?
Those are the assholes with the smokestacks on their trucks, and they hit the gas and it just.
Those things are awesome. I want one of them next.
I've got a truck that can do that, but I actually tuned it properly so it doesn't. So
I don't have the Cummins diesel engine in my truck. I got the Hemi, so I need to get the Cummins.
I got the Cummins. I'd take it over Hemi any day.
Okay, it was why social engineering is sinful and other inconveniences for Christians in InfoSec. Basically using having to lie on a social engineering engagement.
Yeah, I like the guy who wrote that, but yeah, I don't know about that explanation.
I say fuck it. My opinion was this. I'm getting paid to do something. It's a fucking job. My beliefs or lack thereof doesn't get in the way of me making money.
Yeah, I envy you there. Just because I can't really stand to troll people. I have a lot of trouble social engineering because I just feel shitty as hell personally.
I have a problem because I don't like talking to people. But I don't have
There is that too.
Problem with it.
You don't have what?
I don't have a huge moral problem with it.
If you get a couple of drinks in Adrian, he'll say all kinds of shit.
That's true.
What, you need drinks in first?
Well, no. I mean, the non-engagement me is a whole lot different than, say, the engagement me. So, I mean, if I'm on an engagement, then I have a completely different attitude, mindset, whatever. But then, me personally, I'm always quiet and reserved.
Using the right tools for the job.
Pretty much.
I kind of like that too, because me off scene is completely different than me on scene, because I have to be the contemptuous bitch doing traffic control. Do you know cars will roll right up on top of you, even if you're holding like 3 flashlights and wearing full PPE and have a stop sign?
Well,
that's because they're texting.
Well, that's when you pull out a shotgun and you point it at them, and you'll see how far back they stop and might go the other way.
You're not allowed to carry as a volunteer fire department.
Well, then hook up to the hydrant and carry a hose.
Well, we discussed that too. Although honestly, usually they do stop, and I'll just stare them right in the damn face, and because I don't move. Like, you're gonna jump out of the way. No, I'm not gonna jump out of the way. I'm gonna jump on the hood of your car, just like I used to do when I was 16 years old, guarding the gated ice caves in New York. Because if people try to run the gate, I go on the hood. And then I get angry.
And you wouldn't like her when she's angry.
You don't like me when I'm angry.
Okay, so if I see smoke in the sky, I should just slow down.
Probably.
Yeah, especially if it's on the other side of the interstate. You got to rubberneck and look and cause more accidents behind you because there's not enough to do out there.
God, no. No. Please make things more difficult for the emergency responders to respond.
The volunteer work looks like, well, a lot of work. So that's all, the EMS stuff is all volunteer stuff, or you get paid, or?
Depends on who you're working for. I'm around 2 departments. The department up north does pay, I think it's like $10 or so an hour if you want to take a day shift, and then you're scheduled, but you're still kind of on call. So if the monitor goes off, you're supposed to respond. And then the one I'm on down here, they're just pure volunteer. They don't pay us anything.
This is captivating.
I know, isn't it?
Well, I think I've actually ran out of things to say, so no one else has anything to say. We might call this a little early, and then I can get a bit of rest and then get back to my pen test.
Yeah, I got emails to answer.
I gotta go milk goat. Thank you for the evening.
I came in a bit late. There was this one thing I want to ask.
What's that?
Did you cover the about Trump apparently wanting to, telling world leaders to call him on his personal phone, not the phone the intelligence community gave him, but the normal off-the-shelf phone?
No, I did not see that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of it's of course, the intelligence community is understandably freaking out, just like they freak out about everything horrific that Trump says from a national security standpoint. It's like, I imagine some of them are probably regretting lobbying to keep SS7 just the way it is.
Well, and then you got to break that down and look for what your sources are and make sure it's actually being correctly reported, because there's been an awful lot of shit that you find out in a week or two that wasn't what happened and someone jumped the gun.
Well, understandable. Yeah, that is a very good point.
And is his off-the-shelf phone somehow not susceptible to being intercepted?
No, it is absolutely 100%. I'm pretty sure a skid can intercept this shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
that's the problem. Then. It's not that they can't intercept it; it's that everyone can. Okay, never mind.
Bingo.
I had a brain fart there. No problem.
That's why when Obama was elected president, he really liked his BlackBerry, but they took away his BlackBerry and gave him a secure phone.
That's racist. They wouldn't let him use a BlackBerry. That's racist.
I thought they gave him a BlackBerry.
They gave him a BlackBerry. They took away his iPhone. At the time, BlackBerry was was the government contract.
I think it still is. It's still
no. Now it's let me see here. When I my
my
government phone is
they're open to multiple platforms if you read the news.
Right. But at the time it was only BIS.
Yeah. At the time it had to be BlackBerry because that had the contract.
that was before they implemented BYOD.
Well, no, it was before Android and Apple became FIPS 150 compliant.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to go get Matt. He can give you all the ins and outs of that because he deals with that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, that's the only thing I want to bring up then.
Yeah, I wonder if Trump's getting any IoT devices installed.
I'm sure he's getting plenty, probably without knowing. I wonder if the orb is an IoT device.
What the hell is the orb?
I don't know, except an amazing meme.
Oh, Covfefe? How do you pronounce that? Does anyone figure it out?
It was a typo for. I forget what it was a typo for.
Covfefe. I don't care. I want to make T-shirts now. That was beautiful. That's probably gonna be our next Hackers for Charity shirt. Covfefe. Oh, I know. It's a fine wine. Make that into a wine label.
Sure, why not?
Why not?
But yeah, if anyone ever finds out what that orb is for, let me know.
What orb were we talking about?
Trump. When we're talking about Trump and the orb that he was touching in Saudi Arabia, along with the along with two other people. It's
So it was like one of the static ball thingies?
No, it was just a very strange glowing orb. It's a picture circulating around.
Was it inside was it inside like a box with hinges like the Orb of the Prophets?
Nope.
I was gonna say
no, but it looked very arcane.
Stone, isn't
like
it?
It looked literally like something out of a movie set. Because it clearly was not.
Okay. Does anyone have a link to this?
I got a link.
Just Google Trump orb. It will be in you will get it immediately. The picture.
Let me see here, because I can usually tell if some shit's Photoshop. So what is this?
It's not.
It's not
Photoshop.
It's not.
Not sure what it is.
Okay, Donald Trump orb. Seriously, phone you stuff. Come on, you can load. I promise. Okay. Picture from The Guardian. Come on. Load. They're holding a soccer ball. Oh, that's a mocking thing. Okay, what's going on here? No. Fuck you, I want the original picture.
It's a freaking lit up globe.
Yeah.
It is literally, that's what it is. It is it's a ball with a light inside of it.
Yeah, I don't get what it's meant for.
No, it was just something symbolic, like ribbon color.
United States. It's a glowing Earth. Australia's there. You can see Australia. You can see Asia. You can see the it's a glowing Earth thing.
And that's a thing. Why?
I think they're showing there's supposed to be a symbolic representation of unity between whatever, but that's what it is. It's literally.
It was not a magic incantation about taking over the world.
I don't think this is Illuminati level crap. I think it's just some symbolic bullshit.
I wasn't going Illuminati. I was going magician. Maybe a cult.
Hey, I'm pagan. That hurts.
I'm sorry. Is this not a pagan ritual?
No, it's not a pagan ritual because we don't do shit like that. We use like salt and smoke and candles, and that's like this is like cyberpunk.
Maybe it's New Age pagan.
No, they don't.
California pagan.
They're very fluffy bunny, and I don't think they'd want to be. I think they might use the crystal ball.
Apparently, so the Church of Satan Twitter's account, I don't know if it's official or not because I never really know what is or is not official these days on Twitter. Apparently said, no, this is not a satanic ritual in reference to Trump touching the orb.
It's not even an orb. It's literally the Earth.
The Earth is a sphere.
It's a 50-cent cheesily made black and white plastic globe with a light bulb in it.
That's all this is. It is a Chinese, it's a friggin' beach ball with a pattern of the Earth on it.
That world leaders are touching.
So what?
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing to be made.
Wow, he looks so orange in this picture. Okay, anyway.
Okay. Yeah, it was just so. It spawned a lot of very strange memes.
Diosauron was my favorite.
including people now arguing a D&D themed warrior and wizard Twitter accounts now arguing against each other about trying to take control of the orb. They just tweet at Donald Trump and then argue that every so often.
I'm so glad I'm not on Twitter.
It's very surreal.
It just epitomizes how sad people are. I mean, I don't know. I'm speechless. How that becomes a thing is just.
Twitter is what happens when the very serious Washington politics and 4chan collide. 4chan wins.
Yeah, my reaction is just the old "I don't want to live on this planet anymore" memes. You know, I mean, it's just retarded.
Oh my God, the past year is just everything kind of went off the hinges when Hillary Clinton started speaking out against Pepe the Frog.
Yeah.
Ever since then, everything got really weird really quick.
Yep. Okay,
And now apparently a bunch of very partisan people are flooding into Poll and 4chan because news outlets keep reporting on it constantly as being a haven of right-wing Nazi misogynists. And that's filtering out into all the websites that kind of surround 4chan, and it's just so obnoxious. There's literally a fucking fursuiter who apparently now poses next to the Kyrgyzstan flag talking about libertarian politics while he's nude with his fursuit head on. It's that bad. It's so cringy.
Okay, we need to find an island.
I'll
bring animals and the know-how, and we'll get Mark and Adrian and a few other people, and just island. That's an island. I don't
This is like the eternal summer all over again, except instead of with little teenagers, it's with fucking right-wing people who are obsessed with right-wing politics. Not that there's anything wrong with right-wing politics, it's they view the entire world through the lens of right-wing politics. Nothing is off limits. There is sex fan fiction themed after themed after some economic theory. Like I've seen porn of these
that's a thing?
"Don't tread on me" flag snake. It's just everywhere now.
Okay, so what this was is they were posing at the inaugural opening of an anti-extremist center.
Were they trying to cast a spell against the extremists?
No, it's a museum, and they were posing for pictures.
I'm gonna keep making jokes like that. I'm sorry, it's just too perfect.
Well, the New York Times makes fun of it a lot too. I just want to know what it was. It was a museum opening.
Yeah, they couldn't find their light bright, so they came up with that beach ball and stuck a light bulb in it.
It's literally the orb was in fact a translucent globe with the world's waters represented in light gray and the continents in black. Its purpose appeared to be decorative. The futuristic look of the darkened room may have helped to fire observers' imaginations.
Okay, we need to get on 4chan and then inject an ulterior motive like this has, no, that's not black and white of the world. Those were cow patterns, and this is a Chick-fil-A related message, and
you can't troll 4chan because it's like pissing in the ocean of piss.
The 4chan trolls itself. 99% of the trolling 4chan does is against itself. yes, you can troll 4chan, but you're up against cutthroat competition at all times, and you are not as good as they are.
Oh my God! The globe did not appear to have any magical powers. When the king and Mr. Trump touched it, background music of the kind that might accompany a reality show's elimination sequence are introduced. They came up with program soared and falls. The screens glow with statistical displays and videos about fighting terrorism. An unnamed official who narrated features of the new control center say the display uses artificial intelligence to track in real-time news reports and online statements. Oh my God.
This is the world we live in now.
Like, oh my God, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Is Gandalf the announcer?
I will be the announcer. It'll be beautiful. I don't know. They're so just. I don't. It's. Oh, my head hurts. Fucking A. Can I even send this to you guys? That it's what the fuck? Here, a thing. It's literally it's a fucking Earth. Africa's too skinny.
Oh, and apparently the popularity of blonde hair, blue-eyed women, porn of that has exploded in parts of 4chan as well.
Well, that's not me, so yay.
I do not know. So I cannot say I care a lot either.
Huh?
About the whole orb thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's nothing serious. It's just it's like it fires up the imaginations.
We could totally roleplay that in a D&D setting, but it actually might be fascinating. I think that'd be pretty funny.
That would be neat.
I usually play a dwarf.
I haven't not played D&D in ages, so I'd love to play that again sometime.
You know, we could all like pick like a Thursday night and get together, and I have a DM that wouldn't mind people that actually seriously wanted to play because he spent all this time making this world, and our group kind of sucks.
Never actually played D&D over the internet.
It does. You can. It works. It can work.
Sure, but it's not the same.
It's more fun in person, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess it can't hurt.
How? I only have 6-sided die. I don't have the.
So you go on D20 and you get a die roller. If you don't, or if you want, I can roll for you because I have more than enough die.
Also,
I guess you don't get the joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Apparently, according to a poll of people who play who have played Habbo Hotel, 50% of all gamers face harassment. A poll of 4chan's most favorite game to troll.
Is this still a thing?
I think it closed down very, very recently.
I'm guessing you came to grab my charger?
Like within the past few months.
Make sure my phone charges them?
You can have your charger back now. I'm bringing it up.
It's like you might as well say according to the wing the ER of the hospital when we 50% of people are victims of stabbings. That's how it reads. That's how the whole thing read to me.
I'm still trying to process
the orb.
No, none of it. Nothing makes sense anymore.
No.
I moved out of the city and got a farm because I everything's more real.
Yeah, as long as you get away from the copyright. Tractors are now refusing. You have to.
John Deere is.
Thank you, John Deere. Like John Deere now controls the copyright of the results of analyzing the soil samples on your farm.
What? No, go fuck them. I'll get a Massey Ferguson.
I think people are trying to install like Ukrainian firmware on their tractors just so they can get the results to their own. Let's say I don't know. There's some kind of limitation on. I need to read the article. I don't want to say something wrong. All I know. pretty clearly was farmers in some remote areas in the U.S. are installing Ukrainian firmware to circumvent copyright protections relating to the soil analysis functionality on their tractors.
Yeah, and again, Matt's the better person to probably talk about that because he's actually been researching it a little bit more. But we don't.
Okay.
We're not a large enough. We're just a little farmstead, and I just do livestock, so we really don't have any of that stuff. That's mostly your corn and your actual plant crop farming.
Right.
Yeah, I just find it very perverse though that the physical product that you've now purchased for a utilitarian you can't use all the utility on it because of copyright.
Yeah, you can't maintain. Which is bullshit. They're fighting it. I thought a week or two ago that they started stepping back on that because they pissed off a hell of a large client base, customer base.
Yeah, I thought a lot of that had to do with repairing the vehicle and the internal diagnostics, not soil maps of your farming. I mean,
yeah, that was my understanding too. Is it had to do with they had to bring it back to the dealer to do repairs because
that too.
Yeah. I know you want to talk about stupidity like that. No, that's more the whole Monsanto bullshit with if you ever have used their seeds ever and they detect and if someone accidentally cross-pollinates to someone else's field, then they'll charge and sue people that are next door for stealing their product.
What if
you don't have to if it used their seeds. You just have to be the one that got cross-pollinated.
Yeah, exactly. If you get cross-pollinated because of the wind blew into your field, then they'll sue you for stealing their genetic material.
Yeah.
They've actually done that, so that's not a joke.
Were you trying to play?
Go ahead.
Were you trying to play? What are you trying to play?
No, that wasn't me. That's why I stayed quiet. I don't know who's playing.
Okay.
That was Jack. I was wondering what he was trying to bring up too.
I think some of the hacker activists might have more luck lobbying for copyright reform this generation, pointing to things like the whole John Deere copyright issue when it starts to impact more than just cultural goods and starts to impact what we've traditionally enjoyed under property rights. That gets a very different sympathetic base of people listening.
Yeah. Yeah, and that just pisses off the farmer. And the thing is, the problem is people forget this is farmers don't give a flying fuck. If they're gonna fix their shit, they're gonna fix their shit. They'll disconnect whatever your box is and they'll make it work somehow because they're a lot more ingenious out here than you'd imagine.
Yeah, they'll download the firmware from Ukraine. I mean, that's exactly why they're doing it. I'd do the same damn thing if I was in their shoes.
No, I got no problem hacking.
Or they'll get the older model tractor and just won't upgrade.
Yeah, well, exactly. They'll just keep, like I said, they'll go straight up Amish. There's nothing cooler about it, and I wish I could have brought you guys out, or not. Well, Adrian, a couple of people that were out here, out to Odin, because they were plowing this week and last week, and I had to pull my truck over the side of the road because there was a team shoulder to shoulder of 6 huge ass plow horses towing a John Deere combine. Because the Amish will rig that shit so that they rig the horses up to make a PTO to turn the damn thing, and then they get this big old team of horses that'll pull all their different stuff to harvest the crops and hay the fields. So it's like a brand new freaking equipment, jerry rigged to be pulled by the horses. It's some of the coolest shit.
That would be neat to see.
Oh, it's really cool. There was it was like just a couple years old hay rake, brand new hay rake, and they had it rigged up to the horses to pull.
There's one thing I will not knock, and that's the Amish.
Yeah, it can be pretty ingenious at times.
I do envy the Amish for a lot of things. It would be neat to see the Amish live for a while, just to see how it's like.
Yeah, you have fun with that. Fuck that.
Come on out next year, and Fridays we'll do dinkies, and it can be Amish Day then. We can go down to tour around Odin.
I know there's like a group of Amish people who run a market nearby here. They try to describe that the Amish are not the they use electricity. You don't have a problem with electricity. I think the motto is don't use anything that would diminish the capacity for family to spend time together or something along those lines.
Well,
so I kind of interpreted that to mean no cell phones.
That sounded more
Well,
Mennonite.
they have phones. They have phones. It's just that they're kept outside in a nice box.
Well, no,
that's what I said. No cell phones.
It depends on how strict, and also depends on Amish or Mennonite, because Mennonites are a lot more lax. The hardcore Amish, no, they don't have anything, and except for in the dairy where it's required by federal regulations and law in order for them to have their dairy. And even then, it's a generator outside on a pole that only takes care of the one piece of equipment that they need in order to legally run the dairy.
Well, they call themselves Amish here, but I've never really asked if they're really Mennonite or not.
Yeah.
So, but they absolutely use electricity, no question. They use credit card. They accept more than cash. They accept credit. So
there's actually
it's not like they issue credit card readers.
There's actually an Amish online dating site.
Wait, what?
Yes. Let that sink in.
It's not parody?
No, it's for real. Because there's different levels. So there's like the hardcore that like they nothing, and then you have like the reformed Amish, and then you have the Mennonites.
Goodness, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
At what level do they start using deodorant?
They have their own form of deodorant. That's cruel. It's just natural solves. And it's not. And you're not smelling odors. You're smelling farm. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a beautiful smell.
Of cow manure?
Oh, it's hilarious. You go out there in the springtime. They just fertilize with all the turkey shit and the pig poo, and then you roll the windows down to take a nice deep breath of that. That's a clear sign. It's just so mad. Like, I smell that. That's dinner. That'll be growing.
So
3 months
are the
now,
Amish like rabbits in disguise?
What?
Are the Amish like rabbits in disguise? Because what you said that rabbits eat their own crap.
The way that a rabbit digestive tract works is the first time they digest it, they put out kind of the soft pellet, and they have to re-eat it. They have to re-eat the soft pellet in order to digest it the second time, and then they push out the hard pellet. Nicole told us that this weekend.
So they're just like cows that are compensating for not having four stomachs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why? Why would evolution do that?
Because it's cruel.
Evolution is a dick.
Well, if you think about it, the goats and the cows and the sheep all have to do that too, except it's all internal.
Yes, they don't have to eat their own crap though.
But they kind of are, because they're literally throwing up shit they've already chewed to chew it again, to swallow it again. Like, you sit there and you watch how their whole rumination thing works, and it's just like la la la, and all of a sudden the goat goes whoop, and you can actually watch it travel back up their neck into their mouth, and then they start chewing the cud, and then they chew on it a bit and they swallow it again.
That's pretty disgusting, but not as disgusting as literally eating what comes out of your ass.
Meh. Animals are weird.
Yeah, although nothing compares to the sea life, though. Apparently, there's a species of flatworm that scientists have described their mating habits as penis fencing. They sword fight with their penises. Whoever gets stabbed is the mother.
Huh. That sounds like there'd be people that would find that would be fun, though.
I'm sure there would be.
Interesting.
Yes.
I think we'll leave that penis fencing. I'm gonna get me a little bit of rest, then we'll get back to this pin test.
Oh my god. Yeah, absolutely.
You all have a good evening.
All right.
Good night, Adrian.